Water, the most significant of resources and ecosystems. The world's most vital item needed for the growth and survival of all forms of life, both natural and man-made. Water has over the years and will forever be used by man in diverse ways, not to mention its worth to animal life. Despite this exclusive importance of the product, most of our water bodies, like our animals and other resources, are under threat. Threat from the amount of waste turned into our waters on a daily basis from our industries, communities, and homes. Yet on the realistic side, all organisms need water to survive. That is fresh, clean water, the non-negotiable commodity, or rather, the liquid currency of life and of course, man's continued existence. It is predicted by the World Water Forum that in 25 years' time, another 17 countries in the Middle East, Southern Africa and parts of Asia will not have enough water to sustain the food production levels of 1990. A major factor affecting the purity and clarity of water in West Africa, and for that matter Ghana, is poor sanitation. The factor has caused several water bodies to play host to major waterborne diseases like diarrhea, hookworm, cholera, and typhoid. Water is indeed inevitable to all nations, Ghana being no exception. It is, to put it bluntly, life's bottom line, and as we have said of trees, when the last drop dies, the last man dies. The rich man's water closet, as well as the not-so-rich man's pit latrine, are both hazardous to the environment and human health. While the pit latrine may be virtually carried as night soil and deposited in water bodies and areas like this, the flush system simply drains into water resources. International communities have sought to seek a solution to this emergency without wrecking the environment and, for that matter, the ecosystem. Toilets are an inevitable part of the foundation of any society. It is a basic necessity. The good news is that a proven technology is available which provides a safe, cost-effective, non-polluting solution to the sanitation emergency. The Enviro Loo, a system that provides a standard of respectability and convenience comparable to a waterborne system, yet without the prohibitive cost and water consumption. This is the Enviro Loo, a system that runs on heat, airflow and oxygen, prolonged retention period, and stimulated bacterial and biological activity.
A new technology has been developed. It was developed in South Africa, and that's the Enviro Loo. The ideal situation, or the ideal toilet system, is the WC. This WC has its own associated problems. It's more expensive, it uses a lot of water, and the waste coming out of the WC has to be treated. Developing countries don't have the resources to even lay down the infrastructure for the treatment of this waste. Because we don't have the infrastructure to treat this waste, we end up dumping them in the landfills, the water bodies, and everywhere. This Enviro Loo system is a dry system which tries to eliminate most of these problems. It's a blend between the KVIP, which is upmolded, and the WC. It has all the comfort of the WC, the respectability of the WC, but it's less expensive. It doesn't use water. It doesn't attract flies. There's no odor. So talk about respect, talk about comfort, it has it, but it eliminates the other problems associated with the cost of water and the problems associated with the KVIPs, that the odor and the flies and all those health hazards.
The simplicity of the design is the key to its efficiency. This is how it works. The simple dry flush mechanism pushes the solid waste down the plate and aids migration towards the collection area. The liquid drains through the plate to the base of the unit. As the solid waste moves down the plate, it is subjected to continuous ventilation, promoting dehydration and thereby reducing the volume of the waste. The dried waste is approximately 5% of its original volume. The positive ventilation extraction also directs airflow over the liquid surface in the base of the unit, thereby promoting the evaporation of the liquid content. The system needs to be inspected on a periodic basis to check on the levels of waste. Access to the inspection and waste removal is through the manual at the rear of the unit. The dried waste is simply raked along with any foreign material into the drying bag supplied with the system. The bag is then left in the system for another year, until the next inspection. The two-stage removal system guarantees that the waste that is ultimately removed from the system is properly treated and stabilized, rendering the material safe for use as a soil conditioner or even fertilizer. This is the firm responsible for its production and maintenance in Ghana.
These are the workers who have produced part of the units for the toilets.
ECMP Ghana, in collaboration with other local industries, sees to the manufacturing of all the units needed for the construction of the units. These men are expertly trained in the drilling, cutting and joining of all parts needed to install one unit of the Enviro. The local manufacturer of the product has not only created jobs for the local folk, but also ensured that the units are affordable to low-income households and budgets. The technical team will take us through the installation.
We have the pits underneath this one, and this one comes on top of the pits. We have the forced aeration system, and this going into the pits like this. And when you have this put on top, that's the ventilation system. We have the windmaster sitting on top of this. This is worked by air, velocity of air. If you have a velocity of about 4 kilometers per hour, it should be able to turn this one. What it does is that it extracts air from inside the pit. And when you create a vacuum condition, you have air drawn through this one, the inlet vent pipe, into the system to help with the decomposition and the evaporation. You have to dry, we are actually drying the toilet. And these are the places on which we dry them. This is at the back of this thing, inside the toilet. And when you finish, you just pull it up and it will spread the toilet so that it can dry much more quickly, as against allow it to hit in one place. The toilet bowl. This is just like the WC toilets. You see, it's very nice and actually very good, of very high quality. This is the main bowl and this is the cover. You just go and sit comfortably, and then you are quite happy with whatever you are doing.
The Enviro Loo system controls several advantages that competing human waste systems cannot possibly clutch, with the major being its assistance in the conservation of water resources. It maintains zero discharge, utilizes no chemicals, prevents risk to human health, emits no odors or flies, maintains minimum operating cost, and finally, is affordable to small municipal budgets and low-income households. So, if you're thinking of how to cater for your human waste and yet maintain a standard of respectability and convenience comparable to waterborne systems, the Enviro Loo is the right option. Call Enviro Options Ghana Limited today for further inquiries. The Enviro Loo, treating waste the cheapest way with convenience and respectability.